Duane, I don't have to tell you this. You're in your 14th year in the NFL. How fun was opening day last week to go into somebody else's house and to beat them as, I don't want to say handily, but to beat them like you beat them?
It was amazing. I think the first thing is just the atmosphere. You know, having fans back, whether they were rooting for us or against us, it was amazing to be in that environment again. To go somewhere week one against a playoff team and win decisively, you know what I mean? Kind of put the game out of reach in the first half. And at no point did we ever feel, threatened. You know, it was a great feeling. You know, I mean, obviously my time here, we've had a lot of close victories. It was good to start the season off with a decisive win.
Could you have thought when you were working through the preseason and you were doing things on Zoom and in meetings and then preseason and just in meetings, and you look and see how well that offense worked, could you have thought that it would be that good an offensive performance for the first game?
Yeah, I did actually. You know, we had a lot of guys that returned from last year. I mean, everyone returned from last year just about, with the exception of DeEschers. You know, we were just kind of start to gel. Just kind of gel and get a feel for the offense. For Shane did a tremendous job play calling. We knew just kind of in the offseason that this offense had a lot of potential with the playmakers we have. We were getting more comfortable up front, and just, the schemes that we have, we knew we had the ability to come out and perform well. Just all about execution. And, guys did that in the preseason. You can see flashes of it. But they had a really good defense, you know what I mean? And we really dominated, so we always have that confidence that we're able to do it, but to go out and do it was something else.
We talked right before you sat down, and you said you really felt good right now. Fair to say that by not doing a lot of the stuff on the field during training camp, that it actually helped you prepare for the season, and now an extra game, 17 games this season? Yeah,
physically it helped me out a lot. Got 14 years in, it's the mental aspect of it is not hard to get a grasp of everything. You know what I mean? It's nothing I haven't done on offense, nothing I haven't seen from defenses that will surprise me. I had a few days of practice to get my technique down and try to knock some rust off. Still a bit rusty on Sunday, but I thought I played pretty well considering I had a couple days of practice. And this week I'm looking to improve on that. So it definitely helped me out.
How important is it, and what do you do to take care of yourself so that you can play at your best the whole season?
It's extremely important. It's been important, for most of my career. As a youngin', I wasn't as quite proactive about, stopping injuries before they happen. And the older you get, the more you have to do, So it ranges from massages to, cold tubs, hyperbaric chambers, yoga. It's pretty extensive, to make sure I'm playing at a high level and staying as healthy as possible.
Needless to say, it was an interesting offseason, at least in the press. Your relationship with Russ, is there a quarterback that you've been closer to, a group of guys that you've been closer to than maybe this offense?
No, not at all. And from the day I got here, Russ and I shared, we're from the same area in Richmond, Virginia, and that's kind of something that we bonded over immediately. But I didn't know him before I got here. But from the day I got here, he did nothing but embrace me, try to make me comfortable. And we developed a really good friendship over the years. And I mean, it really, I wanted to be as best as I could be to have him achieve everything he wants. You know what I mean? And that's something that's really important to me, to play at a high level for myself, for the team, but also protect him, to keep him clean so he can shatter whatever records are out there. And it's been amazing to be a part of this organization and the success we've had along, with him. He's a phenomenal player, phenomenal person, and the amount of work that he puts into this thing is second to none. So the work ethic aspect is something I really learned from.
The Titans are not going to just stand back there and let you guys do what you did in Indianapolis. So what do you five up front, what do you expect is going to come your way, and what do you have to do to keep Russ doing just what he did in Indy?
They're a very physical group, very aggressive. Also they're coming off of a loss. They're looking to bounce back. And we just have to match their intensity. They're going to come in here, ready to go. So we just have to continue to do what we do. I don't think there's anything that's going to surprise us. We have to be able to get the run game going, and that's going to be tough. They're a very good run defense. And other than that, just continue to drop. When we have to drop back, protect them. They have some good rushers. They have some strong guys up front. but we're ready for the challenge. You know, we know it's going to be a very physical game. We're looking forward to it.
Duane, you're one of the first guys I wanted to talk to in interviews this season because you are a team leader. And you're more than a football player. You're a husband and a father and a businessman, and you're also a social commentator. I went back and read the transcript of a podcast you did about a year ago, maybe a little more than that. And I was stunned because you started a story about being in LA, and you said, I can go to the grocery store in LA and I'll park my car and I'll start to walk into the grocery and I'll hear clicking. And I thought, wow, that's cool. All these fans are taking pictures of an NFL star. And you said, no, they're locking their doors because I'm walking by.
Yeah.
I literally, it took my breath away to read that. Why don't we understand that what goes on in this world, and what can you do? What leadership skills do you have that can help us change that?
Why don't we understand? It's a process. You know what I mean? You think about the history of everything that's gone on in this country, in this world. I mean, it's a process. You know what I mean? And so, some people are evolving and learning from it. You know, I think the last couple of years you've seen a shift, a big shift. You know what I mean? But there's still people that don't quite get it. You know, I'll have dialogue with anyone that wants to, you know, and I've had dialogue with people that didn't understand it at first. And, you know, after talking to someone like myself who's had a different experience in life than they have, then they start to understand it more. But I just try to live my life a certain way, you know what I mean, and you know, teach my kids to live life a certain way. You know, other than that, you know, some people just have to get it on their own, you know what I mean? If some things don't hit close to home for them, then they may never get it, you know, but I'm never discouraged by it, you know what I mean? I just, you know, keep walking, keep living, and, you know, see what happens.
Keep leading by example.
That's it.
Duane, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, man.